Hey, good morning, everybody. So, just about like we thought, this is just a little bit after 5. It's 5:25 actually. Time is moving along. And this is our situation. Let's take a look outside. We're break down into some of the details. So, the counties in yellow have been tornado warned since the early hours this morning. And this extends clear over past Warrensburg, now east of Warrensburg, almost to Jefferson City. These guys are in it until noon. Back here in our area, here is our line moving through. And let's go ahead and take a look at current warnings, which are popping out. And there's a new one I think is going to drop any second that covers Harrisonville. But let's back out one time and look. This is our overall line. Let's put this in motion for just a second. As you can see, this is severe warned all the way down in southeast Kansas, all the way through east central Kansas, and now into our area. And I think, like I say, any minute here, we're going to pick up a new warning. You'll probably hear the weather radio go off any minute. So let's start up here. This particular one, there it is. Here's our new warned area right now. And this covers until 6:15 a.m. the hazard for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts for Miami County, northwestern Lynn County, southern Johnson County, western Cass County, southern Jackson County until 6:15 for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And let's take a look at this particular cell here. So this is picking up right now. This goes all the way up to I-70, looks like, covers Blue Springs, Lee Summit, Grandview, Lone Jack, Belton Peculiar, all the way down to, looks like it just picks up north of Harrisonville, Westline, Lake Annette, Freeman. You are in the next warned area for this particular portion of the line that moves over here. Going out further west, Stillwell, Olathe, Gardner, all severe warned until let's see. That severe warning for that's actually just about to drop off. Let's see if they expire that 2 minutes there. And yeah, so we're paying attention to that, but that could be some weakening there is why we're letting, yeah. That particular warning will drop off for that cell, it looks like. We'll see if they renew it. Let's pop back over here to the Kansas side. I'm looking up and down 69 Highway at just south of Drexel. I see showers in the warned area. And then we're going to pop over here to Ottawa Garnett. Let's look at this particular cell. Just west of Garnett, I see hail at just a little bit bigger than a half inch. We'll come down here, and this is going to stretch to the south and to the west. This is moving through Yates Center. Looks like towards Iola right now on the Kansas side. So here's our entire warned area right now, folks. So let's go up here and see what's coming through our area. Let's go up here and look at this particular cell moving through Paola on the way over to Lewisburg right now. Like I say, I think this is dropping back a little bit in terms of intensity. Let me go ahead and shut the warned area off for just a second here. Make things a little bit easier to see. Okay, so in terms of hail, I'm looking south of Spring Hill, and maximum hail that you might get all stays under 1 inch. So good news there. It's a little bit bigger than half inch. 0.85 inches, your maximum estimated hail in that particular cell. And right now, I don't think it's quite to there, but you might have some very small pea-sized hail, stuff like that, just moving through in that cell. Not seeing any other super significant hail at this moment. So, hey, everybody, appreciate you hopping on and joining me. Probably the wind woke you up a little bit. There is some thunder moving through with this. There is a little bit of lightning on the backside. I see this over on the Kansas side heavier right now. But let's go ahead and take a look. If you're just waking up this morning, working toward that commute hour. This is 5:30 a.m. and looking through our area south of I-70. We have a new warning out right now. This goes until 6:15 a.m. This box here is your severe warned area in the red. This covers Lee Summit, Belton, Peculiar, Harrisonville. Again till 6:15. Hazard for strong winds. I just looked a second ago. Not seeing anything too significant in terms of hail, but we can't rule out some small hail. Even in the last radar scan, look how much this is dropping out again. This is going to be gusty and have some heavy rain in it, but this is weakening just a little bit. So we're going to let this move through, see how fast this is going here in a second. So it's just about what we expected this morning, but we are still picking up severe warnings. So this one covering all the way down to Lewisburg, just picking up Drexel, where it's just starting to rain a little bit. As the first part of this arm starts to work through, and then over here toward the Kansas side, obviously Richmond, Garnett, you are still severe warned for the next 13 minutes. Screeching all the way down here to Westphalia, Colony, Welda. And let's go ahead and look and see what happens there in terms of hail. So we have we have small hail all throughout this line. So nothing in the large damaging. I'm not even getting estimated maximums are all under 1 inch. About 0.77 looks like an estimated number there. And that is for that cell that is just to the north of Wagstaff. Coffee tastes good this morning. Apologize for the break, but just got on here and here it was right on time. So I hopped on to keep you posted. So normally you need to see that part. Normally I'm drinking coffee, typing up the forecast, getting ready for you, but it's a one-man band. So we're going to do it all at once this morning. So let's look again. I'm looking up and down I-49 as I see Grandview starting now to come into some heavier thunderstorm activity. But overall, I like what I'm seeing as this moves east. Don't you? So there's going to be some heavier pockets, heavier small embedded thunderstorms in here. But this is starting to pull apart, starting to shear apart, and that's a good sign. So this extends all the way over just to Olathe, Gardner, Edgerton right now on the northern edge of our part of this. I guess I'll call it that. So heaviest part right now seems to be over here west of Paola, and you guys are still picking up some a little bit bigger than half-inch hail right now, west and just a little bit south of Paola. In East Raymore, good to hear that. Yep, I hear you. So, okay, we have. I think this is going to be. It's going to look a little weird for just a second. I'm looking at see why something has popped up, but okay. So yeah, all in all, I mean, favorable signs, but still going to give you plenty of noise. Disrupt the morning for just a few minutes. So still seeing some hail. If you're just jumping on here, this is what I'm looking at over on the Kansas side. Still seeing some around half inch, maybe a little bit smaller. This is just now to the east of Spring Hill, where hail's showing up. 0.57 inch hail size, and then out west of Paola once again. What's going on there? 0.71 for hail. Moving northeast, so this may pick up Stillwell, Belton. If this hail stays together there down here on this particular part, I'm looking west of Paola, so this may catch Lewisburg. May be off to the north and the west of Lewisburg a little bit. So are some spots of hail in here, guys, with this line. So I'm going to look outside for you while you're watching that. We'll keep an eye on all of this for the next little bit. We are not out of the woods in terms of warnings, and I think these will probably persist. I think that even as this part moves through Paola, I think these warnings could kick out further, head over towards the Warrensburg area. So we'll just stick with that for just a second here. Meanwhile, you watch that. Let me see what's going on outside. Hang on. So I'm looking up and down I-49, looking at cams. Roadways are wet. We're going to keep an eye on this, picking up toward the morning commute. All the cameras are really blurry, though. So much going on. Let me find you a good, clean shot. So it looks to me like this is starting to come into Belton a little bit heavier now, right? Let's see if we can take a look up there. There's one. Here's I-49 northbound, 155th Street. Okay, northbound lane. We're seeing a pretty good lightning show off just on the back side. Let's take a look at current situation. So I'm going to look up here at Belton. I'm looking up and down I-49 right now. And I'm seeing everything from lighter rains and gusting winds, picking up now a little bit heavier towards Belton, between Belton and Raymore. Pretty active right now in Grandview and off to the west, approaching state line. Over here towards Stillwell, one particular heavier cell moving through has featured some hail just under half an inch size right now. I see some other hail potential and heavy thunderstorm over here, just north of Paola. North of Paola, you could wind up with half-inch hail. This is your maximum estimated size, and sure enough, there has been. Right now, just off to the north and west of Paola, I'm seeing hail right at about a half inch. in that particular cell for you guys over there. This reached down to Osawatomie at the moment. Not too much happening between Osawatomie and say about Drexel right now, although you are in the severe warned area for the next 34 minutes. So currently, our two severe warned areas right now. This is picking up a huge area just south of I-70, picking up about half of Overland Park, touching Olathe, but going all the way through Belton still. Peculiar down, picking up Harrisonville, Lewisburg, Paola, Osawatomie, Drexel, Lynn Valley. This comes all the way down here and touches this one still in effect in the red polygon for the next hour as this moves through. So we'll pop over to the Kansas side for just a second and talk about south of Iola. So Iola picking up about the same thing, half-inch hail, seeing plenty of that. Let's be the theme song this morning for this particular line. And so this stretches down to Humboldt. Again, more hail, 0.49. So in these severe warnings, obviously we're watching out for gusty winds, absolutely still a possibility, and predominantly talking about this hail as this moves through. So I'm going to just kind of show you that for 1 second here because I'm interested and I do see it trend in the right direction, but barely. So if you're going to pick up any of these cells in the next little bit, I do think that half-inch hail or a little bit less as this moves off to the northeast, definitely still in the realm of possibility. So overall, losing cluster, but still linear. So I think we're still going to see warnings out of this continuing for the next little bit this morning. But overall, I think our predominant threat continues to be that hail. Let's look around up at the northern edge. So any hail at this moment is off just to the northwest of Belton. This is covering Stanley, Kenneth, Loch Lloyd. This is small stuff. Let's see. Yeah, so that's awesome. Yeah, probability of getting hail now dropping maybe towards zero in this particular cell. So good news there. You're just in for heavy rains and gusty winds moving just now north of Grandview. So feel free to hop on and hop off. I'm going to keep covering this until the see what the warned area does next. Like I said, this isn't moving quite as fast as those little cells last night that were popping through at 54 miles an hour. So we're gonna have to hang out a little bit and watch these just to see if there is anything. There is regeneration. I'm watching particular cells. I am interested in, Butler, Mound City, Rich Hill, Fort Scott, this area down here. Heavier activity still picking up now over in Iola and models. I will look at that for you in just a second. Models were a little bit concerned with some stronger cells down in this neck of the woods. So, because I am seeing some of that in a severe warned area over here on the Kansas side, I think this is the area I'll be paying attention to later this morning. However, nothing warned down there right now. So that's what I'm checking out off screen here, real quick. It's like I say, I just woke up probably when you did and decided to let you know what's happening. But Overall, not seeing a lot of change in the data, so I'm not going to change anything I said last night or this morning. I am looking for some congealing cells, possibly. They say could still come out of that line down there to the south. Doesn't look too bad to me right now, but enough to pick up a severe warning for sure. And if it does, hedge your way, Nevada. Data suggesting right now possibly 7 a.m. It's 5:46 right now, so yeah, kind of right on time as this line moves through. I think we're all done with this. I think we sped back up. That's good news. I think we're all finished with this. Maybe at 9 o'clock, there's a few light showers up and down I-49, for example. So over on another screen, that's what I'm doing, taking a look at radar. That's what I see. So let me know what's going on in your area. Appreciate the comments. I think it's all pretty straightforward this morning, but I'm, like I say, going to be paying attention a little bit more down to the south. But let me know what you're seeing. Let me know if I'm missing anything, or if you have questions, or if there's an area that I can take a look at for you, depending on your plans. We don't deal with these lines too often in the sunrise hours. I'm not sure that I've ever done this about this time of day. So looking on cameras around Harrisonville right now. So I'm keeping an eye on 49 up and down. So far right now, you're just getting an amazing lightning show, but there are some of these heavier downpours. Lots of bright lightning. Yep, I'm looking on the scout cams. I can see it. I don't think it's worth showing you. I mean, the cameras are struggling with the light right now. So, but yeah, I'm seeing amazing lightning up and down, and especially in Harrisonville right now. That's what I was trying to watch. Anything for Paola, Kansas. So heavy rains right now, and if you are in the severe thunderstorm warning for the next 26 minutes. But the caution right now, heavier rains. There has been some hail. I think last time I looked over here, I mean, there's just going to be a couple pockets of maybe very, very small hail left. Not seeing any of that around Paola right now. Like I say, I think you just have off to your west, I think you have about 10 minutes of heavier rains. I'm not seeing anything significant further off to the west for you guys over there in Paola. And we can check out Joplin too. Absolutely. So Joplin has a bit. Joplin folks can get to work. I'm not too sure. We'll switch over to the Springfield radar in a little bit, probably, and pick up the southern edge. As you can see that I'm watching that here as just now. But yeah, Joplin, don't see anything for the next little bit. So we do have a new warning area that has popped up, and it looks to be picking up concern of this particular uh, portion of the line over here, currently over Iola Humboldt. So this area now is a severe thunderstorm warning for Bourbon County in southeastern Kansas, Crawford County in southeastern Kansas. This is going to go till 6:45. This is 5:50 right now. Hazard for 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail. At 5:44 a.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 6 miles southeast of Kincaid to 9 miles east of Chanute, moving northeast at 40 miles an hour. So these are going to take a few minutes. And that is all pertaining to, if you're just jumping on, this is our new warning area here. This is picking up Xenia, Mapleton, Fulton, Devon, Uniontown, Fort Scott. So sliding right down the line right now. But this does pick up Garland, Arcadia, Arma, Pawnee, Station, Kepler, these areas down here. So that concern is out of the southern edge of the line, currently affecting our area. So we do have potential for strong wind gusts. As they pop up, I will read them to you. Currently, this is just moving east of Humboldt, out at just south of Humboldt right now, picking up half-inch hail. And this has the capacity, at least, to produce half-inch hail. That's our maximum estimated size. And currently, that's strongest again, just like over here south of Humboldt, just like I said. Let me watch that move for a second. So currently, those are our warned areas. Iola and points to the south over on the Kansas side, a little bit further to the east. Still in Kansas, we're now picking up Mapleton, Fort Scott, and this has 53 more minutes as the southern edge of this line starts to move through your area. So Nevada, I think you have time to get around. I think you have a little blob of nothing comparatively is off to your west, but I think you will pick up some rains and just a heavy downpour here in the next about 20 minutes as that moves off to the east. A bigger line is behind you for Nevada folks. So let's go back up here to the north. We are still in a severe thunderstorm warning in this polygon, touching both the Kansas side and over on the Missouri side, picking up Harrisonville for the next 22 minutes. So I'm looking at 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts on up to about 35-mile-per-hour wind gusts as this starts to actually gust out just a little bit. And I'm looking south of Harrisonville to see that actually in this moment. And the good news is I am seeing no hail. I mean, just maybe. It's going to be a little bit heavier toward the south and the west, as you can see in the heavier conglomeration of our cells in this moment. Hail size was, I mean, it looks like we're just picking up a few areas. Somewhere south of Remore got some hail at 0.34 is what that comes in at. But we're well out of the significant damaging hail aspects of this at the moment. So I like what I'm seeing up on this severe warned area that's covering such a huge area right now north for us. All good stuff. Just a bad timing, maybe, and we'll keep an eye on traffic, I guess, is what I'll pay attention to next. Look up and down I-49, see if there's anything interesting to tell you about. But weather-wise, there has been much worse. So we'll keep an eye on this for a little bit and see where the warnings pick up. How about that? So let's see what drops now. Like we can't guess. So, National Weather Service feeling as this cluster falling apart moves through our northern areas. Now we have extended. You can see in the polygons. Here's the old one that was had an interesting little crook just south of Drexel, but now a severe warned area is going to pick up. Let's check out this. It's going to come over to Pittsville on the northeast edge, and this is going to pick up just to the west of Holden. Not presently picking up Holden, but picking up Kingsville, Strasburg, East Lynn, Gun City. And this is now going to pick up, slide just to the west of Garden City in the warned area. I'm seeing Archie as well, picking up just to the west of Adrian, Merwin, Amsterdam. So, yeah, this has a northeast slant to it. Let's read this particular warning. This is for still extending down to Miami, Lynn, southeastern Johnson County, Cass County, and West Central, and northwestern Bates. Until 6:45 will be the timing on this. Hazard again for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So once again, this entire area, from State Line over to Paola, up to Belton, all the way over to the extent, pass through Lone Jack, to the extent of this would be over toward the Pittsville area, is picking up this new extension of this severe thunderstorm warning. It's going to be hit and miss, right? So heavier rains right now. Look over like Bucyrus, south and west, Stillwell, Raymore. I think getting heavy downpours right now. I don't see any hail. I wouldn't rule out some really really small hail that's going to be between sweeps, but I'm not seeing anything, nor the potential for big hail there in Raymore. So I think you just have a noisy storm, and you have a little bit more behind it. So we'll keep an eye on traffic and see what happens commute wise up there, but heavy rainfall for you guys and some wind gusts as well. So be careful. Headed northbound, especially this morning. I'm down here to Harrisonville. I do see a cell off to the southwest for Harrisonville again. That's going to be heavy. That's going to take some time to drag over across Harrisonville, probably in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So caution to those headed north. Not a bad idea to hang tight for a little bit if you can. There is some more to move through. Again, you can't rule out really, really small hail, but heavy wind and rain definitely going to be your hazards heading up and down I-49 at the current moment. Hail picture looks better and better every minute, though. So I'm not seeing anything to tell you about traffic wise. I'm looking at I-49 northbound now. Everybody just taking it slow and easy, but I'm not seeing anything pop up on the map that there's been anything snagged up to hurt you right now. But look at the lightning, and you're going to pick up strong wind gusts. It's going to be a noisy drive to work this morning. And that one's going to black out on us. Let's go over here. Come on, cams. Don't let me down. Hang with me. They're not going to hang with me. All right. So good morning. As we hit the 6 a.m. hour, if you're just hopping on, feel free to come and go because it's just different for everybody, depending where you live. As I drink coffee, wake up, find my words. You don't have to do that. You just get to watch. As you are making your plans this morning, I think rain right now is picking up north of Nevada. This is where I see it picking up on the Missouri side, up through Rich Hill and Butler. I think you have some pockets of heavier rain. Moving up into Harrisonville right now, this is our severe warned area. as things start to fall apart, but they still are just right at severe status, and so that means that you still have the potential to see some very small hail, some strong wind gusts. This particular warned area right now, talking about wind gusts possibly up to 60 miles an hour. So our warned area right now still picking up Belton, Greenwood, Lone Jack, Pittsville, and this is going to go on for the next 43 minutes. All of this area, Stillwell, Cleveland, Peculiar, Freeman, Harrisonville is in this, just west of Holden. Not picking up Holden at the moment, but Strasburg and Kingsville. Good morning to you guys. Rain off and on now. Some pockets surrounding Harrisonville. I'm switching back over to hail just to show you I don't not seeing it so bad. Can't rule out some small hail. Let me know if you get any. That would be great since none is popping up for me. None significant anyway. So I would appreciate knowing that. Out west and north of Garden City. So 7 highway right now. Let's look at you guys between Harrisonville and Garden City. So yeah, this is going to be busy, heavy downpours for the next 15 or 20 minutes probably between Garden City and Harrisonville. So even though these are severe warned, that's all that we're talking about right now is wind, heavy rain. I think we're going to not be talking about hail for too much longer here. Kind of beating a dead horse with that one. So let's go down here to the corner of the warned area right now. Let's talk about Centerville and Blue Mound. So these cells are a little bit heavier. And let's see what's going on with these. So so the heavier part of this is going to swing east. And so this is now picking up Blue Mound. This is going to encompass Mound City, Pleasanton in about the next 15 minutes. So headed over toward Worland, Foster, Hume area, I do believe as well. We'll see how long this hangs together. The northern edge has now started to pull apart. Plenty to deal with there, but not so bad. So we'll pay attention to this one for just a little bit. As we come down here, Mapleton, Fulton, Fort Scott, Uniontown, still in the severe warning for the next 41 minutes. And out ahead of this, you are picking up some cells now. So northwest of Nevada, I think it's still quiet in Nevada right now, right? Richards, Deerfield out west of Nevada starting to pick up the first round, first part of the second round. How do you like that? And I think you will be the last to get in on this action. You have a little bit of time before the heavier stuff. There has been some hail out here. Let's take a look down in this part. I don't think we've done that in a little while. So hail that may come through because I'm down in the southwest portion of this particular line. And so let's look at what may still happen there hail wise. You could come up with it. It is trending down as well. So 0.26, 0.28 now for some of your maximum estimated hail size. And right now, Moran and picking up what southwest of Xenia. These are your hail areas, but these are under now, seeing well under half an inch. And probability is low, so can't rule out still some small hail in these areas, and obviously those wind gusts. We look outside I-49. Look at all that. 49 northbound at JNC. This is up I-49 southbound at Missouri 2. First, every time I want to show you these, something happens. I-69 southbound. US 69. Sorry, I can read. Coffee's starting to kick in. So nothing too much to tell you about there traffic-wise. That's a good sign. Um, As we now, yeah, up and down I-49, it's just going to be that. It's going to be windy and it's going to be rainy. And I'm not seeing anything too significant to worry about currently hitting I-49. Just take it easy, take it slow. Plenty of rain, plenty of pockets of heavy rain, and some strong wind gusts. Absolutely. If you're over on the Kansas side, looking at 69, Lewisburg. Lewisburg is just about to get a little bit heavier activity. This is going to move east, so this is going to cross 69 and pick up Lewisburg, Cleveland, West Line. Again, these are severe warned. I am seeing the potential. Let's do this. Potential for up to half-inch hail, 0.43. This is currently south of Lewisburg is where that's picking up, but I do think there will be some very small hail. Lewisburg picking up, probably Lewisburg exactly, headed toward West Line here in the next few minutes out of this particular cell right now off to your west. Drexel, what's it doing over there? I think that I try to keep an eye, and I think you've had it pretty easy. I think you've been between the heavier cells, unless something rolled through that I didn't see a minute ago. You are in the warned area. Over here, south of Fontana. So this is where we're going to pay attention for the next little bit. Look what happened while I was talking in Rich Hill. I think you had a good little cluster move through, a congeal cluster move through Rich Hill. So I think you have light rains there right now. There's a heavier pocket headed out here towards Rockville. They're saying that there was some half-inch hail in that. And absolutely, potential for up to half-inch hail, 0.55. So this is out areas just northwest of Rockville right now. So absolutely could pick up some half-inch hail or below as this scoots through. And I'm talking about uh, this is out in front of round two. So we're going to call this, you know, 1B. It's not round two yet for you guys. This is coming. Good morning from Rich Hill Fire Department. Absolutely. Good morning. They keep me awesomely posted on what is happening down there. I can call them up and ask, and they send me pictures, and we track things together. Absolutely appreciate that. Like I say, the radar sweeps are not they're intermittent, right? So things can happen. I absolutely depend on. Really helps me to know exactly what's going on in your area, even if it seems obvious. You'd be surprised what we can't see and know. So absolutely love that on the ground stuff. Big time helpful. So I'm looking over here in Kansas. I'm looking at Bronson for heavy thunderstorm activity at the moment. And so my heavier stuff is all down to the south and the west. So what does this mean for our area? So I do see things heading the right direction, right? Let's do some backup scans here. Yeah, look how much stronger these are, even a couple scans back. So weakening, which is a good sign, still at severe status. As I think now, let's see, what are we going to pick up first? So this is going to come across state line, Amoret, Worland. It's gonna be busy in a minute in Pleasanton, as there is a heavier cell to the north and the west of Mound City right now. Right there's Mound City. Over here in Bates County, so Appleton City getting ready, looks like just for some heavy rainfall as a little cluster out ahead of the main line has moved through these areas now and spreading out, gusting out. I think it's going to pick up Rockville. I think it's going to hit right between Rockville and Appleton City in the next few minutes. So, as I'm saying, if you're jumping on, if you're making travel plans, we do still have a severe warning. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Severe warned areas, absolutely. Still Belton, Greenwood, Pleasant Hill, Pittsville. The sliding now down to the southwest. So Holden, you're not in it right now. We'll have to see. There's plenty of stuff going on. We will see how far the Weather Service kicks out these warnings as things head east. Garden City depends. I would say Garden City itself. Not in the warned area, just some pockets of moderately heavy rain right now. Same south of Archie. And that's the way of it sliding off to the southwest. So I think we're going to be watching down here to see what comes across towards, say, south of, we'll see what happens a little south of Lacine, Amsterdam. This has been kind of our concern for the busier activity of the morning, maybe down here in this area. So we'll hang out for that for a little bit. Good morning, Matthew. Amsterdam, Missouri here. A lot of lightning and a little thunder. I believe you. And it's about to rain heavier, Matthew. But good news. Let's take a look at that. So this particular data set, I keep switching back and forth, is going to show me potential hail. And overall, I mean, it is there, but absolutely not what it could have been. And then I'm going to switch over here to what your maximum estimated hail size is. And this is going to pop up where you do have hail probability of any significant size. So, right now, for example, just to the south and to the west of Cleveland, you could pick up at its heaviest 0.61. It's an estimated size. So, we're looking around, we would say around the half inch hail. And of course, this is headed right for Cleveland right now with that potential. It is happening. Here is a real time. I think that is happening. So Cleveland, I think you can expect to pick up half-inch hail or something around that variety here in the next few minutes. But it's isolated pockets right now. So something to know possibly here, for example, between Peculiar and Belton, because here is I-49. So I'm looking at hail, and this could be what? This tells me up to about half-inch hail, and definitely some half-inch hail right now. This is just to the west of 49, getting ready to move over I-49 just to the east of, say, Riverview Estates. And it's going to hit a little bit south of Raymore. So hang tight. This is just about to cross I-49 south of Raymore. So if you're between Peculiar and Belton at the moment or looking to go there, I am seeing some small, but half-inch could be in the equation for sure. Hail size getting ready to move over 49 in this particular part. So the good news is when you're done, you're done. And we're definitely starting to see the backside of this. Um, Cool. I'm already looking at state line up and down state line. So Stillwell, Cleveland, looking to finish up with this. Lewisburg, just about done. You have some light rain left through the morning, no big deal, right? And over Paola, Osawatomie, I think you're just about finishing up. Can't rule out some lighter showers popping through on the backside, right? So let's go over here to Montrose, Appleton City. So this is still, what I would still call out ahead of the main line, but this is going to be active for the next few minutes. So this is moving just to the north and the west of Appleton City right now, and this is one big heavy cell. Let's take a look at it. It does have the possibility of some hail in it. It is smaller, 0.26, 0.26, 0.26. Yeah, so there's some quarter-inch hail. Um, small stuff. That's a good thing, but it's got plenty of rain. Look at this thing. And I do think that that's going to track up and pick up Montrose, definitely between Appleton City and Montrose for sure, probably in the next 15 minutes. This isn't moving quite as quick as those cells last night, is it? So that's what we need to be ready for. I'm going to say Montrose, areas west of Montrose. Definitely smaller hail, wind gusts still popping through in this, up to thankfully decreasing, but up to half inch now. So nope, got to take that back. So anything's possible up to a quarter inch, half inch hail. This is just outside Montrose right now in this latest scan, just to the south and the west. Again, for some half inch hail, probably going to pop right over Montrose here in the next few minutes. So by and large, areas to pay attention to now look like to me, even though it is outside the severe warned area, we just have plenty of activity right now. Appleton City, Montrose. Currently, if you're looking for a good time to head out and about, this is what I'm seeing right now. Our severe warned area has 27 minutes left in it. And it is just falling apart. So there's going to be gusty winds, little cross drafts all over the place here, but you're going to have little pockets of heavier rain, particularly up around, where is this right now? Yeah, this area between Peculiar and Belton. That is just going to have some heavy rain if this ever. This is lagging right now as it falls apart, right? So this is eventually going to cross 49, headed off towards Raymore. There will be some heavy rains on this portion of I-49, but that is the back end of it, right? Over here, there's nothing. So once it does, you're done. Excuse me. Good morning, everybody. Guess if the thunder doesn't wake you up, maybe I'll cough loud enough. That might do it. So this is our situation this morning. This is our main show. This is our second line. This is what's going on. If you are, let me talk about morning plans and driving. I'm not seeing traffic issues. I keep switching back when I'm not talking to you. I'm looking at cameras. Everything's moving along up and down I-49, and there's just pockets of heavy rain. I'm seeing a pretty good thunderstorm activity just south of Belton. This is going to scoot across between Peculiar and Belton. I just mentioned that. The severe warned area is this polygon here, picking up Cass County, Pleasant Hill, Greenwood, Pittsville, Harrisonville. But this is really falling apart. So there's still going to be clusters. There's going to be embedded thunderstorms in this, and then there's just going to be nothing, light rains and winds. So it's going to have a little bit of something for everybody moving through. But by and large, not seeing any issues up and down 49. Just going to hit pockets of heavy rain and wind this morning. So places that I'm seeing some activity right now, obviously, we've been talking about this up here in Belton Peculiar. We know about that. Over here towards, over here on the state line, I think south of Lewisburg now, we just have heavier rain. It's going to rain in Drexel. It is raining in Drexel. And like I say, but this is inside the severe warned area right now. But I have not seen hail in any of this stuff on the northern part. Let's take a look right now. Yeah, there could absolutely be some small, like pea-sized hail. And I'm looking over towards north of Holden for that right now. But by and large, hail area that I'm concerned about is now down south of Mound City, right? Let's see what we might have there. And nope, we're moving to east of Mound City, could have half inch hail or just a little bit bigger right now. And so will this pick up Pleasanton possibly with some half inch hail? That's what I'm seeing. What else? We go down to Mapleton, same story, south of, right? So still some pretty good activity heading off down in this area. So Rich Hill, west of Rich Hill. So this is not what it was a few minutes ago when it was over on the other side of Hume, but you are still going to have a good thunderstorm pop through Rich Hill and definitely north. So we're going to pick up between Rich Hill and Butler here for some heavier rain activity in just a minute, if that is where your travels take you. Outside of the warning area, but the conditions are the same over in Montrose. So a good cell moving over Montrose right now. It has dropped some half-inch hail, 0.57. This is going to come see Clinton in the next few minutes where it's just started to rain. Let's take a look. So absolutely 10, 15 minutes. This is going to pick up in Clinton. Again, I'm just seeing heavier downpours and probability for probability still for that half inch, maybe a little bit smaller, 0.40 is what the estimate is. Probability is decreasing as this takes off northwest, but there still will be some smaller hail in this. That's been our primary threat, that and wind. So predominantly across our area right now, watching points to the south, south of Clinton for sure. So I see hail popping up, back over that half inch mark possibly. So anywhere between Montrose out towards the Ladue area, headed over towards Clinton in the next 15 minutes or so. I do think there's some half inch ish hail headed your way, probably over the next 20 minutes or so. This stretches all the way down here towards Montrose and then obviously west of Appleton City. So we're all over the place this morning, guys. Everybody getting a little bit of something. If you are up here in Belton Peculiar, look at all this. This is finally, I didn't think that cell was ever going to move. I think I've been watching that all morning. Scoot across I-49. So it's raining pretty good in Raymore right now, is it not? But I don't think you have hail right now in Raymore, possibly off to the east, but this is moving on out for you guys. It will be done in a few minutes, but it is encompassing I-49 right now, headed down towards Peculiar, and now sliding off nicely toward the northeast. Cool, cool. So depending where you are, if you're headed north, it's looking better every minute. I think that depending your tenacity for driving in the rain, I think you will be okay. There are still some wind gusts to watch out for. There will be some pockets of heavier rain depending exactly where you go. But our biggest activity, most significant activity now down here to the south. So let's pop down here to the south. Haven't talked about this for a couple of minutes. Out in Mapleton, Kansas, a good cell moving through. This is going to pick up Fulton in the next few minutes. Head over towards my friends in Stotesbury and Metz, absolutely, where it's just been off and on, right? Rockville, you're going to get in on this little cell that is just between you and Rich Hill right now. Nevada, kind of hit and miss. What do you have? Some light rain down there right now. Off to the northwest, little cells. A little one over by Deerfield. Don't see anything to worry about besides heavy downpours. Not seeing any hail. So, absolutely going to slow down your traffic on 49 here in just a couple of minutes. But that is what I'm seeing in your neck of the woods. Mound City picking up 0.63 inch sized hail right now. So this is busy between this area between Mapleton, Mound City, Pleasanton. I think you probably have the most of anything going on right now. Heavy rains, a little bit of wind. No traffic impact that I can see. I-49 southbound at Missouri 2. This is Harrisonville. I-49 northbound at J and C. Peculiar. So by and large, just take it slow. But we're starting to be done with this across the area. So taking a look now, where am I seeing the red stuff? Coming into Clinton, right? Just off to the west. There has been some hail in this. There has been about half inch, a little bit bigger sized hail. Let's see what our maximum estimated hail, Clinton, as this comes into you. 0.55, half inch hail, maybe a little bit bigger. There's been 0.73 just off to your north. And so Clinton, I think, absolutely half inch hail over the next few minutes as this portion passes right over you. So people hop on and off. That's awesome. Getting your morning plans together. Nothing new. Nothing new to tell you about. Kind of figuring out how long we need to stay on and watch this, but we do still have two active warning areas for the next 16 minutes. This is the what am I going to call this? Cass County, right? Extending still over to the Kansas side where we're getting done with this, but still seeing some activity over around Lynn Valley. And this continues for the next 16 minutes. And then south of there, we're dropping down and we're only seeing a warned area still down here on the Kansas side, but nothing much doing there except for this little cluster now. South of Mound City, Prescott is about to pick up a cell that has produced half inch hail there. Definitely coming right over Prescott in the next few minutes. So this is a cell I'm going to watch for just a couple of minutes. This has some interesting activity going on, and I think it could be noisy right now. Coming into Prescott, over into Hume. This is actually checking off some algorithms for a little bit of rotation happening there. We need to take a look at that for just a second. We're going to keep an eye on this cell now. This is moving right over Prescott. This is between Fulton and Prescott. We will watch this for the next few minutes. So I'm watching this particular cell right here, just south of Prescott, Fulton. And it is only severe thunderstorm warned at this time. There are a couple of things going on with it that I don't particularly like, so we're going to hang out for just a second. So in this cell now coming in toward Hume, this is going to be a busy little cell. This has the potential for absolutely half-inch hail, maybe a little bit smaller. So I do pick up some rotation in this. Hasn't been out of the question. Thought we might, yep, get off without having to see any of this morning, but I am going to watch this area for the next little bit. And I might see good signs, but so I think there's going to be a new warned area. This is going to extend the warned area that we've been paying attention. I think this is going to pick up Butler and let's see where else, right? Probably to the south, picking up this portion right here. So we'll see where that drops. So here is our new warning area. Absolutely. This is going to pick up, extend south of Hume. It's going to pick up Rich Hill over to Rockville. An interesting warned area. Going to pick up just west of Appleton City. Going to extend now towards Montrose and going to pick up just to the west of Clinton. So this will be our severe warned area for until 7:15. This is 6:34. So until 7:15, hazard for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail as well. Kind of the same thing that we have been talking about. Southern Cass County, Western Henry County now. Bates County, southwestern Johnson County in west central Missouri as this starts to pick off toward the north and the east. So obviously, I'm not really liking some of the things that I'm seeing down here moving into Hume. Nothing is warned besides severe thunderstorm warning at this time, but there was some radar indicated rotation. I am watching. I am seeing it up in the higher levels for sure. Not presently certain if anything is reaching the surface. So some on the ground reports would be helpful. What's the time frame for Butler? Do you think it'll go warned? Just did. So yes, Butler will go warned. Has absolutely big area now. Let's get back up here and look at this for a sec. So this is going to pick up just south of Holden in the warned area. Chilhowie, Urick, Garden City, Ballard. Picking up all the way almost to Clinton and Deepwater now over here. So yep, quite a bit to roll through. Like I say, with this falling apart, but still very active southern edge of this line this morning. So this is an area of activity I'm absolutely paying attention to this morning. This is south of Mound City right now, headed over into Prescott. And we know that for sure you have the potential now, as this has kicked up a bit more activity for hail. Let's go ahead and look at that. Your hail sizes could be just a little bit more than half an inch, looks like. And this is now going to impact Hume. Probably the worst of it is just north of Hume, but may pick up Foster in the next little bit as well. I say half-inch hail has been recorded in that particular cell. So this is my area to watch for the next little bit. I'm gonna talk to a few people in the area. So I'm paying attention to this particular area down here, and I am gonna try and show you why I am watching that. Like I say, we've been talking about the heavy downpours and the hail potential. However, this may look a little strange for a second, but let me see if I can show you. Yeah. So I'm looking up into velocity, and if you pay attention to radar with me, you know velocity, the red is going away from the radar, the green is toward. And so I can actually look around in this, and I can scan up into the atmosphere. I can come up into the storm in a 3D scan, look around. And so I do see some rotation there. It's been coming and going. It's all over the place. It's been concerning on and off, but overall, I mean, this is not warned for that at the moment. It's just what I am seeing, but I wouldn't be surprised definitely on the ground if you have if things are being thrown around, if there is anything that feels like that is happening over your heads right now. So that is the area that I'm watching, and that would be why. And that particular portion, oops, is going to head off. This is now picking up Worland, Hume. This is now just about to pick up Foster. So this is now out significantly to the west of Rich Hill. But all of this area, Pleasanton, Prescott, Hume, Worland, now picking up a significant thunderstorm activity. Let's look at hail. That much we know. So yeah, Worland kicking back up our hail threat. So maximum size hail. You're not up to 1 inch yet, but about 3/4 inch hail definitely possible in this area now between Foster and Worland. So we've been talking about that area so much. Let's catch up. This is now up and down I-49, just rain, but I do see Now coming into the Ballard area, I see heavier thunderstorm activity there for sure. And now let's go over toward Clinton, where this has picked up. Gosh, it's off to Calhoun and Windsor by now. So all those little congealed cells are starting to pull apart, but they're all busy in their own little way. So let's watch the area for just a second here. So my area of concern is still concerning me. I'm starting to see a little bit of a bow, and there is some rotation in it. So I'm watching this area to see if anything does get warned down here. And I'm going to be clicking around off screen looking to see just exactly what is up with this as best I can. But let's pay attention. Foster right now, it's busy, but let's pay attention over to the east. This is definitely, let's see, it looks like the bulk of this may slide north of Rich Hill, but out toward Hume. So I'm going to do a little bit of looking around. We're going to keep an eye on this area for just a few minutes. Rich Hill says damaging winds at A and DD. Yeah, I believe so. And I'm just overall, not liking this structure right here. And MDA, there's some rotation in this area. So trying to pinpoint that, and we'll see if anything does come out for it. So I am seeing gusting winds in that area. Off screen while you're watching that little bow shape, I do see like some very surface based rotation that drops a little bit, but this is not um, more concerning than that at the moment. So you are going to get some swirling winds, some strong wind gusts. It's going to feel precarious down there, but it does right now in the area they're just talking about. But this is oops. Yeah, so picking up Foster now, this is going to head off between Rich Hill and Butler probably in about the next 20 minutes or so. And other metrics to it, I am seeing hail still, and your hail could be up to about 3/4 of an inch. So this is now making me talk to the Butler folks as well. Here we go for up to 3/4 of an inch hail now passing through. Looks like it's just about to pick up. West 52 coming into Butler. Pea-sized hail at A and DD. Pea-sized hail and strong wind gusts down there. I appreciate that in the Rich Hill area. So getting plenty of activity out of this southern arm that's working its way through. So, good morning if you're joining me. It's been a long stream this morning. So, this is what we have going on right now. I am watching an area of concern. So, I'm just getting gusty winds and some pea sized hail right west of Rich Hill. And so, if you have travel plans, up and down I-49 in the next little bit, this is a busy little cell putting down some pea-sized hail and strong gusty winds in this area right now. Severe warned area. This is the picture this morning. Haven't talked about that in a few minutes. So, our severe thunderstorm warning is now picking up south of Harrisonville. There's 28 minutes left in this at 6:46. can use my words, for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. That is what is severe warned. And so this now picks up almost to Holden, Chilhowie. This slides down just to the west of Clinton, where there has been half-inch hail up and down an area all from Appleton City, Montrose, Ladue towards Clinton this morning. That is what is happening there. As we get over here into I-49 territory again, I do see a severe warning thunderstorm absolutely to the west of I-49. This is now going to pick up Butler, Passaic area in about the next 10 minutes. Let's look and see what's going on with that. Yeah, with that, like I was just saying, do see probability of 3/4 inch, half to 3/4 inch hail is going to slide now, I think, between Butler and Rich Hill. This is just going to pick up Butler and a little bit south, I think, here in the next few minutes. That's what it's doing. So over on the Kansas side, your severe warning is apparently dropped off. Interesting. South of Mapleton is where I'm looking at now. You do have a very large thunderstorm now headed towards Devon, towards Hammond, moving off. I think this is going to eventually come see us over here in Missouri, Richard Stotesbury area, that type of thing. Moving on up. This has been interesting to watch. Seeing a shape I like at least a little better out of this, but I bet we're going to have damage reports. I think we'll have some strong damaging winds. I know that we had P to penny sized hail down here west of Rich Hill, and I did not like what I was seeing there for a little bit up in the upper air column. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on that as this tracks off towards 49. I think this will come just now south of Butler. So we've got spotters out. That's an awesome thing because of some of the things that I am seeing. And I'm going to click around and look and see what we are seeing now. This is not. Uh, these are these are things we pay attention to right now. So I have on and off gotten little reports of some rotation, and I'm going to click around and use some weird looking metrics for a couple of minutes here to figure out what is going on with this. So I'm waiting to see if a warned area does come out. Also waiting for a spotter report. Just a couple of concerns around this cell right now, so we're going to stick with that for a few minutes. So this is what I'm looking at over that particular cell. I am just checking out, so I wouldn't be surprised. We'll see if any attention is paid to it, but there is some rotation going on in that particular cell at this moment. Just looking around, it moves around. It's kind of hard to track, but I am seeing that off and on. So that is my level of concern with that. We'll get a ground report here in just a second and see if this is, in fact, anything at the surface or if there's just some upper level rotation that's showing up on radar. Absolutely a possibility as well. So just looking at some other metrics because of what I am concerned with, I am seeing a significant cluster of cells moving Foster northeast right now. You guys can watch this with me, but this is picking up just south of Adrian, definitely hitting Passaic and now hitting Butler with significant thunderstorm activity. Let's look at hail that we have in there. Maximum hail size still picking up around the ½ inch, maybe just a little bit smaller. So I think you will see a mix of hail now. What heaviest around Passaic, a little bit south through Butler. That's just going to slide out in the next few minutes off to the east. As this portion of stuff has gotten busy this morning, so haven't gone up north in a minute. You guys don't have anything to worry about right now. So this is our warned area that we're paying attention to right now. As we're going to get one last punch out of this sucker this morning, that is for sure. Boom. So this once again, current situation. We have two warning areas in our area. This one covering Pittsburgh down here for the next 35 minutes, dealing with this little conglomeration currently between Parsons and picking up now McCune. And then up here in our area, a little bit more, we have plenty of activity now between hitting Fulton, Prescott, just south of Pleasanton. Picking up significantly in Foster right now, and busy as all get out in Butler. And let's check the hail situation in Butler. Like I've been telling you, you could absolutely have ½ inch hail, a little bit below, moving through in the Butler area right now. Maximum size though, only topping out at just below ½ inch right now, and the probability of getting that is low, but it is not zero. So this is our currently severe warned area. Moving around a lot, I realize, as you're joining me, just a big area with different things going on until for the next 19 minutes, and we'll see if they renew this particular severe thunderstorm warning. This is moving northeast at 50 miles an hour, so it's picked up some steam. Maximum hail size up to 3/4 of an inch. So far, we're seeing just under ½ an inch moving through with this. Maximum wind gust up to around 60 miles an hour. So we have wind and hail still dealing with our primary threats here. This was one to watch, and I have been watching it. Um, I'm sure everyone else has too. So, some of the things that I was seeing there, I'm not seeing at this moment. But this is a busy cell. This is going to make some noise. And I'm talking about this one that is just north of Foster right now. Just severe thunderstorm between Passaic and Butler at the moment. So spotters, I think, are telling me what we were just looking at. For anybody concerned, rotating looks to be up in the upper levels. So we'll get a little bit more. And like I say, I think that has just happened. I don't think there's anything. I'm not seeing anything I want to pay particular attention to right now. But I'm glad we could look at that for a minute. So, what is going on right now? If you're just jumping on, we have significant thunderstorm area Prescott moving into Hume once again. You get a little break in Foster, but it is going to be busy here in a few minutes. So, now to the southwest of Butler. This is 52 west headed out west of Butler. Significant thunderstorm activity with some small hail in it right now. This is going to train off to the north and the east. So, Butler is just getting done with one severe thunderstorm cell. There is another one definitely coming your way. This is bigger, so going to snag up things in Butler for just a little bit this morning. As we move up to the north, up along I-49, not so bad. Starting to be done with this. The activity now stretching from, Ballard all the way down to Mapleton, let's say. This is inside of our warned area right now still for the next 16 minutes. I'm gonna check spotter reports, you guys. That's what I'm doing off screen. We're just gonna leave it there on radar for a minute. That is our primary warmed area that we are watching at this time. Nothing to show you yet. Let's take a look around. So out west of Butler, what am I seeing? Hail up to 3/4 of an inch. Mm. Absolutely. This is a big cell that's going to pop through and make some noise. And it does have about half-inch hail, I think is what I'm seeing at the moment, right? Half back up to 3/4 of an inch. Heaviest hail right now, let's get right in on this, is just going to be south of Butler, looks like south and west for up to that 3/4 inch hail size moving through. But this is tracking northeast. And so I do think this is going to pick up the southern edge, if not all of Butler here in the next few minutes. So a heavy rainer and a good hailer getting ready to pop through Butler in just a few minutes. This is going to pick up all of 49 between Passaic and Butler for sure. Again, with that half to 3/4 inch hail. So I've been watching and I'm looking at what spotters are saying. I'm looking at velocity. This is a there's Some stuff to pay attention to for sure, and if you know, radar data, you're paying attention probably too with me, but, only warned for severe thunderstorm at this moment, going on for the next 13 minutes. So significant thunderstorm activity now encompassing Butler, do believe? Absolutely. I think a tornado warning, I'm sorry, is getting ready to drop. Let's go ahead and see where this is. I have been looking at rotation. Absolutely. Gotta be honest, a little bit surprised that that has not, come out until now. Been waiting to see if everybody sees that too. So let's see what this area pops up. I think it's gonna be right in here. I do think it is gonna pick up Butler for a tornado warning. Let's stand by for just 1 second and see where this pops up. There has been rotation in and out, and this is gonna pop up. Here is our tornado warned area, everybody. So start making your texts, making your phone calls. Tornado warned area is now picking up Butler, half of Butler. This is picking up Passaic, but this is going to go north and east. So this is our area right here. Let's take a look at exactly what is going on. There is rotation. I do see rotation that could be surface level. That is what this is telling me right now, and this is going to be this is north and east of Butler. I'm sorry, this is a lot going on pretty quick, but I do see rotation. Let's go ahead and take a tightened look. I see possibly two areas of rotation right now moving north and east of Butler. So we're going to say Ballard area absolutely be taking cover. So this is our tornado warned area right now for the next 25 minutes. I am seeing rotation. We will see if we can get some confirmation of exactly where that is. And let me take a look at that. You guys can see it too. There's plenty to be concerned about right here. So again, tornado warning right now, picking up, guys, for this area. This is now. Can everybody see? So this is now Butler areas northeast. I do see rotation. Not sure if it is on the ground. Headed northeast. This would be toward Ballard. This would be toward Johnstown area, and we will keep an eye on this absolutely for the next few minutes here, for sure. So once again, tornado warning. Cannot say it enough. This is warned until 7:30 a.m. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado, and we have seen rotation in there all along. As this came over Butler just a few minutes ago, moving to the northeast at 45 miles per hour. Radar indicated rotation in this purple polygon right now. Let me try and get some information on this. Okay, I'm going to try and show you just exactly what I am seeing here. Just one second. So this is in the area that is just to the north and the east of Butler, and I am seeing plenty of rotation. It is trying to drop down. It is low. So like I say, I'm not able to pick up at the base level. That's as low as that I can go. So can't tell. But it is trying to rotate strongly and closer to the surface there on that particular cell. That is exactly what I'm seeing. Spotters in the area cannot tell either if it is on the ground, but it is low. All right, so let me show you exactly what area we are talking about right now. This is continuing off northeast, so I think this is, we're not talking about Butler anymore. We are out here north and east, and so this may come well south of Ballard a little bit, right? Really hope what I'm seeing is a good sign. We still see rotation. However, so once again, if you're just hopping on here, we have lots to be concerned about right now. This is a tornado warning for this particular thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. We are seeing rotation. Cannot tell if any of it has reached the ground. It is trying to, according to spotters in the area. Sorry, I'm just trying to read what everybody is telling me right now. This is tough. This is where radar helps, but not quite enough. All I can say is that rotation was in this. I'm a little bit bewildered because it was rotating down here around Foster Rich Hill. This is now um, passed over Butler, where I didn't see anything so much, and then just off to the northeast of Butler, absolutely. And that's what it's been doing all the way. So let's take a look right now. Like I say, we're between scans. So if you are in this area, and let's do that once again. If you are in this area, let's be going to our safe spaces. Let's be taking shelter. Absolutely Ballard and points to the south. So this is a tornado warning. There has been radar rotation. That is what I can tell you. Moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. So this is starting just now to pick up. Like I say, we're moving towards Ballard. Okay, so rotation that I'm concerned about is right now just south of Ballard. That is what I'm concerned about. Have been all along. So this is showing me some normalized rotation, and this is strongest. There is rotation in the lower levels, all in this area, but we're going to pay attention to just a little bit. This is not as concerning as it could be. It is rotation. I'm just not able to say. Not for sure that this is on the ground. I'm going to say that radar data, which all I have is intermittent sweeps, right, is not picking up anything on the ground at the moment, but that could be inaccurate. Waiting for some on the ground confirmation. May or may not get that. Okay, everybody, I'm going to have to leave the radar playing for a little bit. It is time to take shelter. If you are in this area, absolutely for sure. It is certainly time to take shelter. There is rotation. Have not gotten confirmation over whether it is on the ground at this moment or not.